barge.
Working out in the ocean like that, you can get some rough water, and sometimes things just happen like that.
We'll tell you why this barge has already been in the news this week.
And the company that owns that barge tells 10 on your side it's the same one that hit the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel Tuesday morning.
And it's not just the same barge, it's the same tugboat too. You may remember that accident closed the southbound lanes of the CBBT during the Tuesday morning commute. The Skanska crew working underneath the bridge when the barge drifted and hit a column. A CBBT spokesperson called the accident an operator error. 10 on your side's Ann McNamara joins us now to tell us if last night's incident was an accident as well. Ann?
Well, Katie, there it is. The same barge, the same tugboat, but a different captain this time. And here's how it happened. A Skanska spokesman says the crews were out doing that very same work on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel yesterday afternoon. When storms moved into the area, the crew was on its way back to Little Creek, and that's when the tugboat took on too much water, knocked out the electricity, and the captain lost control.
You're witnessing the struggle of a 150-ton barge trying desperately to free itself from the sands of Little Creek, tied to the tugboat that usually pulls it instead of the other way around. And it's been a tough week for this tandem.
That is the same tug. We work on the Chesapeake Bay.
Tuesday, the very same barge and the very same tugboat working underneath the Chesapeake Bay Bridge drifted into one of the bridge columns. The CBBT blamed the accident on operator error. A Skanska spokesman says this time it wasn't the same captain or the same situation.
Working out in the ocean like that, you can get some rough water, and sometimes things just happen like that. But I don't think it was something that the captain done.
The barge was out working on the CBBT again Thursday night when storms moved in. A Skanska spokesman says the tugboat took on too much water and lost power. That's how it ended up here. But why? Why go out in that weather in the first place?
We don't have a choice. When we're working, it takes 3 to 4 hours to come from where you're working to get into safe haven.
Commercial company like that, it's at their discretion at that point. There were some heavy seas.
Heavy seas and winds as high as 40 knots, enough to wash not one, not two, but all 3 of the Skanska vessels onto the beach. But by Friday afternoon, all of them, even that bad news barge, are back out to sea.
The Coast Guard got that distress call from the beach barge around 11 o'clock last night. Remember that time because I asked the Skanska representative when the call was made, the decision to pull all the equipment from the water. The representative said 10:30 that morning. So somewhere between 10:30 in the morning and 11:30 at night, those 3 vessels didn't seem to make it back in time to Little Creek. And of course, following standard operating procedure, Skanska and the Coast Guard are conducting separate investigations into both of these incidents. Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.